Alright, how's it going, everyone? We are here back again for TEC League action, I guess you could say. Week 4 going up against Matt and his Seattle Seismitoads. He has a team of Mega Diancie, Slowbro, Kyurem, Infernape, Serena, Drapion, Spectrier, Stunfisk, Braviary, Escavalier, and Swadloon. So, that seemed like it was more than 11 Pokemon, but it was just 11. So, anyway, overall, pretty scary team. It's got a few different threats, but I think we can, for the most part, we can deal with everything as long as we don't get worn down or don't get outplayed um, or out hacks, of course, which is definitely a possibility. So, um, yeah, I guess I'll just get into my team now because there's not much else to talk about. I mean, he does have Rapid Spin. I love Serena. I think that Pokemon could do a lot of damage to me if it brings the right coverage moves. Um, let's see, what else? His default Braviary. But other than that, that's all his removal. So, but I do think Serena makes an appearance. So, um, yeah, and that will probably have Rapid Spin. So, as far as hazards, he's got Mega Diancie. He's got first Stealth Rocks, T-Spikes on Drapion, Stealth Rocks on Stunfisk, and Sticky Web on Swadloon. So, we definitely have to have a remover, and that is this Gliscor. So, let's get right into the team here. Physically defensive Gliscor, Roost Defog, U-Turn, and Earthquake with negative speed. Just so I can outslow everything with my U-turn. So that'll be pretty fun, like a Kyurem with no speed. Well, Kyurem I'm not staying it against, so never mind. I guess Braviary, I want to be able to take a hit and then U-turn out. So this Pokemon deals pretty well with, like I said, well, as long as it's not bulk up Braviary. But even if it is, I can just U-turn out, which is the biggest thing. Just kind of, Gliscor's here as a pivot. Deals with, Infernape, Serena, as long as it doesn't have triple axle. Drapion, even an Ice Fang Drapion is not really too much of a threat unless it's offensive. But yeah, they've got Braviary. I deal with Braviary pretty well. Escavalier. So really any physical threats I can kind of take on with this Gliscor. I just can't let it get weakened so that it can get picked off by something. Because this is my defogger, like I said, so I kind of need it here. Next up is Clefable, kind of a mixed defensive set. This takes on most Mega Diancie sets as long as he's not like really like very invested. Or I guess that's, I don't know. As long as he has minimal physical offense investment, then we'll be able to take 2 hits pretty easily. Like Diamond Storms will be fine. I just don't want him to go for like, max. If he goes for like max attack Diamond Storms, those are doing probably like 60-65% to me, and I'm not going to be able to take those. So yeah, we're just hoping that he runs the standard Diancie set, which is some speed, however much speed you need, with Moonblast. And then if you want to run Diamond Storm, you put whatever EVs you have left in attack after you've maxed out your special attack. We're hoping that's what he brings, because if he does that, Clefable does beat it. I'm unaware, so he can't Calm Mind on us. And I do have Heal Bell. Heal Bell was initially a knockoff, but I realized since I have this Pokemon that can get toxic, as well as Porygon 2 on the team, I do have Porygon 2 on the team, which can also get toxic by like Kyurem or something, or just Toxic Spikes from Drapion. I do want a Heal Beller. That's pretty important to have there. So, yeah, that is the Clefable set. Hopefully, maybe we'll lead with this thing, try to get rocks up. We'll see. So yeah, next up is our Maestro Mega Aerodactyl with the Hone Claws, Iron Tail, Dual Wing Beat, and Crunch. I can go Adamant and still outspeed Spectrier, which is nice. That's his fastest Pokemon. So Hone Claws allows Iron Tail and Dual Wing Beat to be more accurate. Dual Wing Beat is actually, once I get one Hone Claws off, it's like perfectly accurate. I don't know about Iron Tail. Iron Tail only has 70% accuracy, so gotta keep that in mind. Iron Tail's really there because I know I wanted Dual Wing Beat because it's Aerodactyl's strongest move in general, because it's stronger than Stone Edge because of Tough Claws. So, things like Drapion, Serena, Infernape, Spectrier, Braviary, Escavalier, really a lot of Pokemon I can just Dual Wing Beat. I was thinking about running Earthquake. Problem with Earthquake is I also wanted Crunch for Slowbro, and then I couldn't really hit Curum with much. So an Earthquake doesn't even OHKO Diancie if it's at full health. So I wanted Iron Tail there just to make sure I can OHKO Diancie from full as well as hit Curum really hard because that's super effective. One Pokemon we do have to watch out for is Stunfisk. If he brings that Pokemon, we can't do much against it with Aerodactyl, but that's why we have Gliscor is also here for Stunfisk pretty much. If he does bring that Pokemon, we can deal with that thing pretty easily and kind of force it out. So next up is our Porygon 2 Spadaf, just because I wanted something to deal with Kyurem. I knew that a Specs Kyurem just kind of annihilates Clefable anyway. I can't take 2 hits with that Pokemon, so it's also here to completely shut down Spectrier if he brings it. I don't think he'll bring Spectrier because I have Porygon 2 and a Alolan Persian. But if he does, then we got this Pokemon here for it. Shadow Ball, Teleport, Toxic, and Recover. Teleport was initially Tri Attack, but I'm like, I really want the Teleport. You know, in my box, I was realizing that, you know, I'll switch into Spectrier or Kyurem or Slowbro, and then what do I do? Like Slowbro I can Toxic or Shadow Ball, or like Stunfisk. You know, I can teleport out, which is awesome. You know, and Tri-Attack wasn't really doing me much. I need Shadow Ball so I can actually hit Spectrier, so they can't like Nasty Plot up on me, like sub Nasty Plot for example, or like sub Calm Mind. Either way, it would just be annoying. So I want to have Shadow Ball there, and you know it hits everything, because except for Braviary I guess, but I'm not really staying against Braviary anyway. And yeah, that is basically the set. Pretty standard stuff here. Next up is something not very standard, which is a Alolan Persian Choice Specs. Speed 4, Mega Diancie, Dark Pulse, Parting Shot, Iron Tail, and T-Bolt. I kind of saw here that, you know, looking at his team, he doesn't deal very well with Dark Spam. Mega Diancie can get, you know, hit really hard with Iron Tail. I believe it does like 85 to 95% to him or something around there. Maybe like 80 to 90. So if we get some chip on Diancie, Iron Tail is really free there. Hopefully we don't have to make a predict or something, but if we do, then it is what it is. You know, if we are able to Iron Tail a Diancie, and that knocks that out, you know, then his only Dark Resists are Infernape and Drapion. Infernape, well, is frail, but it'll still take the hit. So will Drapion, but if I have Gliscor that's still healthy, we can just switch Gliscor into both of those Pokemon, as long as it's not like a Nasty Plot Infernape. That would be bad, but or like a Life Orb or Choice Banded Drapion that wants to Ice Fang predict me. I don't know. But yeah, those are the only other 2 Pokemon that resist Dark Pulse, and even though I only have a base 75 special attack stat, making it Choice Specs and having the potential flinch with 30% flinch chance with Dark Pulse just makes it kind of a good offensive threat here. Obviously scaring out Slow, but we also have Parting Shot there, just because if I do want to predict the Drapion or Infernape and just Parting Shot out, that's a good situation to be in. Thunderbolt's just there in case I know that I can 2KO Drapion or Infernape or Diancie with T-Bolt, and I'm predicting one of them to come in. I can just T-Bolt safely. One thing to know is Parting Shot. If I Parting Shot against Mega Diancie, my stats will get lowered, and I'm not sure which person actually. I'm pretty sure that Diancie would switch if I use Parting Shot, because it's basically reverse effect of any status moves. So yeah, pretty sure he would switch, but that's something to keep in mind. Last but not least is Skippy, our Boltund. Enough speed for Mega Diancie, of course, and I've got the Choice Band, Thunder Fang, Fire Fang, Volt Switch, and Play Rough. I just thought this Pokemon as a fast Volt Switching threat is pretty good. His ground type is Stunfisk, which, I mean, could make an appearance, maybe, but if it doesn't, then I can just Volt Switch around pretty freely. It's not the strongest Volt Switch, obviously, because I'm base 90 special attack, and I'm lowering that with Jolly Nature. But it's still a good lead off against anything. Um, as long as he doesn't lead like Infernape or Kyurem, because either of those could be scarfed, then we can just Volt Switch out and get into a pivot like Gliscor, Clefable, or Porygon 2. So that's basically the team. Well, okay, Player Off is for Kyurem and Firefang is for Serena, and we just and Swadloon, I guess, and we just Thunderfang everything else. So that's the reason Boltund is here, is because it can do a lot of damage, just get a lot of chip on things. So yeah, that is going to be the team builder. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. But we're not done. We're not done. Okay, we're not done. We gotta skip to the battle right here, and so I will cut the video, and you will see me in the battle. We are 2-1, hoping to go 3-1 here. Wish me luck, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the battle. Alright, here we are in the battle, going up against AV Goon, otherwise known as Matt. He brings a team of Mega Diancie, Slowbro, Kyurem, Infernape, Serena, and Spectrier. So the fight he did not bring are Drapion, Stunfisk, Braviary, Escavalier, and Swadloon. So that's okay. Nothing here that's too crazy. I was not expecting him to bring Spectrier because I do have a Alolan Persian, and most importantly Porygon 2 that he can't really do much to, but that's okay. We'll take those. One thing is I changed. Okay, so my Porygon 2 was initially Shadow Ball, Tri Attack, Toxic, and Recover. I changed it to Toxic, or sorry, I changed Tri Attack to Teleport, as you saw in the Team Builder, but I changed that on my laptop, and I battled on my PC, and I thought that, I thought that the team was just how it was, because I remember changing Heal Bell. I thought that was on Clefable. I changed Knock Off to Heal Bell on Clefable, which I thought was the only change that was the only difference between the laptop and the PC team, but clearly it was not, because I forgot to put Teleport on. So that kind of affects my play style, I suppose, or what I end up doing. But yeah, he has no ground type, so Boltund's pretty free. So I'll go ahead and start the battle, and we'll get right into it. So I do lead with Boltund as he leads Mega Diancie. I'm going to Volt Switch turn 1. I know it's not going to do that much damage, but I can get in my Clefable pretty freely. I guess I... Oh, big yawn. Ugh, early in the morning. Not really, but I guess I could have brought in Porygon 2, but I knew that the Clefable was here for the Mega Diancie, so I wanted to bring it in there and potentially force him out, maybe get up rocks. He gets his own rocks up as I heal up. That damage on Diamond Storm tells me he has a little bit of physical offense investment, so that's good to know. He switches into Infernape here as I Moonblast, and I'm going to bring in Gliscor because I don't want to take a fat hit. He goes for U-turn, does 9% to me, as Kyurem comes out. I have a pretty safe switch into Porygon here, because I know that even if I think this is the turn that I realized that I didn't have Teleport. I don't think I even knew until I brought it out. So I definitely would have recovered anyway there. I wouldn't have teleported because that's pretty low to have my Porygon 2 at. But he gets an Infernape for free, and now he's just going to be able to Flare Blitz, and I can't really do anything about that. Since he has the rocks up, it's not like Aerodactyl's free. That damage tells me he's probably banded. So I'm just going to let Gliscor go down, which is kind of unfortunate, but now that Infernape's weakened, it's not the biggest deal in the world. So I'm going to Volt Switch here, as he does switch into Serena. Volt Switch should have killed Infernape where it was, so that would have been fine. I get a free switch into Aerodactyl here, and I was predicting him to go into Slowbro, and I wanted to go for Crunch to put a little pressure on him, but he just goes for U-turn, which I thought was interesting. Maybe he had a Cobra Berry, I don't know. But then he gets in Slowbro, and he's just going to be able to Scald here. I get Porygon 2 in for free here, as I'm going to go for Toxic, which is really nice. So I get a Toxic on that Slowbro. He gets an Infernape for free, which is pretty much a free kill for him. I know that Again, Aerodactyl taking 25% is not ideal here. And then plus the Flare Blitz, so I knew that, if you guys are close combat, I'll be able to take 2. But if he Flare Blitzes and kills me, or at least comes close to killing me, he'll dot recoil, so that's good. I bring in Purge, it's a double down, so we both switch, bring in random Pokemon. He brings in Diancie as I bring in Persian. I get the Iron Tail connect, so Mega Diancie is down, which is awesome. Beautiful stuff there. Serena comes in, I'm locked in Iron Tail because I'm Specs. So I just decide Bolton is the least valuable Pokemon at this point. Probably the right move there, as I just get to go into Aerodactyl and hope that he doesn't bring in a Rocky Helmet Slowbro there, which he does not, so that's good. I have one more switch in with Aerodactyl, so I'm going to keep it around just in case. I have a feeling he'll Scald here, but he actually does Teleport. He gets in Kyurem, which is interesting. He can't really beat me with anything at this point with Porygon 2. Once that Infernape went down, we were pretty good here. I was expecting maybe he goes for a Draco there, maybe trying to get a crit or, maybe do enough to KO me there because he has modest specs, I can tell by the damage. But he just locks himself in the Ice Beam and hopes to get a freeze. Every turn he doesn't get a freeze, we're in a good position because Toxic wears down, but of course he gets the freeze on, I think that was like the 5th Ice Beam he hit me with. Well, that was, yeah, so that was the 5th Ice Beam he hit me with. So it's pretty fair that he got a freeze at that point, but it still kind of sucked in the situation, in the moment, because it was pretty vital part, time in the game, where if I'm just able to beat that Kyurem, like just Toxics on that Kyurem, I basically just win with Porygon. So I do go for the crunch. That turn took a while. I didn't know if I wanted to bring in Persian or Aerodactyl. I went for the crunch, hoping it would not get a low roll and actually be able to kill the Kyurem, but he does bring in the Slowbro, luckily, so I'm able to knock out that Pokemon, which is good. Now it's a Alolan Persian versus Spectrier and Kyurem. He brings in Spectrier. I'm thinking 2 Shadow Balls definitely kill me, and 1 Dark Pulse does not kill him. But he's for a Will-O-Wisp, and I'm able to do a lot of damage with Dark Pulse. And here I was expecting a Hex, but he just goes for another Will-O-Wisp. So maybe he doesn't have, I don't know. He definitely has an attacking move. Well, maybe not. But maybe it was a misclick. I have no idea. It is what it is. He brings in Kyurem. I need like a mid-roll to kill that, and he actually does end up knocking him out, which is awesome. We're actually going to be able to snag this win, which is crazy, because if you look at what had happened before this, Gliscor going down to Infernape, Clefable going down to Infernape, Rock staying up on the field, getting frozen with the Porygon too, it was a lot of things that weren't going our way, or just, that Matt was playing well, he got into a position where Infernape just snags a kill every time it gets in against Porygon 2, which is really well played for him. The Bandit Infernape was definitely a good set against me. Knowing that, if he can keep the rocks up, Aerodactyl is not a free switch in to a Flare Blitz. It just isn't. So, yeah, getting the Iron Tail connect, hitting it on the Diancie was amazing. I was really hoping that would hit, and I was really hoping it would kill. I wasn't sure if it was going to kill. I had a hunch that it would, but yeah. Anyway, that's going to be that. It's a 1-0. It's super close. It was really, it was quick, but it also wasn't, because there were some points in there where I was kind of stalling him. But, it is what it is. He played well, and we ended up getting the win. That's the battle. So, GG to Matt. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. I'm going to have to go take a nap or something, because I'm just tired. And, yeah, next week, I don't know who we face next week. We'll figure that out. I gotta prep because I'm recording this on Saturday. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.